Hey guys, Exotic Ants here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my colony of green-headed ants. I've only ever made one video on this colony, and that was when they only had 2 or 3 workers. But you guys clearly liked it, as it's one of the most watched videos on my channel. So I'm back today to give you a bit of an update on how that colony is going. So let's get straight into it. So, if you can remember from my first video of these guys, you would know that I originally housed them in a simple tubs and tubes setup. But you can see here that I've moved them into one of my own custom outworlds, hooked up to one of Ozant's Whitong starter kit nests. And they seem to be doing really well in this setup. However, I probably will have to give them a bit of a nest upgrade, as you'll see later. So this is the Ozant's Whitong nest that I was speaking about earlier. I found that these guys seem to really like living in this nest, as these nests provide almost perfect living conditions for almost any type of ant. So now on to what I've been feeding this colony. As you can see here, I've got 2 small liquid feeders, one filled with water and the other with honey. This provides the colony with everything they need, except for one thing: protein. Recently, I've started feeding this colony some protein powder. This is a very convenient source of protein for your ants, as you can find this stuff at almost any pet shop or supermarket, and for a relatively cheap price too. Although I have found that not all species of ant tend to like this sort of thing. For example, I have a few different species of Camponotus or sugar ants, and they don't even seem to notice it. They won't even stop to have a little taste, which really surprised me at first. So how about I show you how much this colony enjoys this protein powder. I don't have to give them very much, so I'm just using the end of a broken pair of tweezers to put it into their outworld. Although the ants are relatively close to the protein powder, they haven't noticed it yet. This is because this species, like most ants, hasn't got very good eyesight. They rely more on smell than sight. And as you can see, it doesn't take long before one of the workers has discovered the protein powder, picking up a huge pile of it. But as you'll soon see, the workers prefer bringing it back to the nest in smaller bunches. At first, the worker doesn't exactly know what to do. Should I take the food back to the nest and tell the rest of the colony? Or should I stay here and guard the food against other potential scavengers? It's a difficult but necessary decision. But lucky for this ant, one of her fellow workers has also discovered the food source, making the decision much easier. Okay, so now it's time to have a look inside this colony's nest. Already, you can see that the nest is well filled out, with the colony being around 50 workers strong. And inside the nest, you can see the colony's many larvae. In this particular spot, you can see some of the larvae feeding on the carcass of a fly that the workers had captured just a few hours before. You'll also notice that this colony also has a small number of male elates, or drones, which is a common thing to find in young colonies of this species. And you can see beside the fly carcass is a large pile of freshly hatched larvae. And you'll notice that they're all attached to each other, almost like a big living ball. This is perhaps one of the most interesting things about this species. Here, to the right of the screen, you can see one of the workers is holding a huge batch of eggs. And some of these eggs may have been laid by the queen only minutes ago. This is a great sign that the queen is healthy and is well nourished. Here, you can see what I meant when I said that there were a few male elates in the colony. So overall, I think it's safe to say that this colony is doing really well, as there are many signs that these ants are in good health. So to finish off the video, here's a good view of the queen of this colony, completely surrounded by her eggs, larvae, cocoons and workers. So if you've enjoyed today's video, then hit that like button. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any more videos like this. So with that said guys, I'll see you in the next video.